Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a after match reaction between Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur. So let's get started. कल के मैच के बाद मोरिन्यो के बारे में एक ही चीज़ कहा जा सकता है। मोरिन्यो एक वो ऐसी गर्लफ्रेंड है जिसे मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड डिच किया था। सो उसने अपना पूरी तरह से बदला ले लिया। उसने ओले एंड मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड की ऐसी मारी है ना, 2-3 दिन तक तो शायद बिस्तर से वो उठने का नाम नहीं लेगा ओले। इट वॉज लाइक अ स्पैंकिंग, जैसे कहते हैं, टोटल स्पैंकिंग यार। डिफेंस, आई डोंट नो if there is literally any defense in that Manchester United team, or it's just made up of stones, brick stones. I don't know why we paid that 80 million for that Leicester fraud here. 3 errors leading to 3 different goals. And one of that goal where literally he just threw away a teammate so that the opposition can score that goal. Yeah, it was like madness, absolute madness. I can give something of Eric Bailly saying that he didn't play with Harry Maguire in crunch games. It was like games where he can have a little time on ball, and I can say that. But Harry Maguire has been playing continuously every game. That guy needs to be dropped here. And he is the captain of this Manchester United defense. I can't fucking believe it here. Seriously. If after yesterday's game, after if after yesterday's game there are like two people who have fought for the major portion of that game was Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire. Luke Shaw's defensive positionings, I don't know what to say about that. He just can't sense dangers here. He needs to be. He needs to at least. He needs to. What I say. He needs to guess the dangers where it can come from. He's in no man's land for almost most of the goals. He's in no man's land for every goal that they scored. He needs to be there closer to the player that is putting in crosses from the right hand side. In one particular goal, there was like Harry Maguire trying to defend that cross, and he was nutmegged by that, which led to a goal. Yeah, I don't know, yeah. If Chris Smalling doesn't goes to if the Chris Smalling transfer to AS Roma doesn't goes through, I want to see Chris Smalling starting next game with Eric Bailly in that defense line. And if the Alex Telles is fit after the national break, I need to see him start next to both the players here. I need to see a change in that defense line. The midfield of Manchester United. I don't get this from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. If Pogba is not fit, if he's having his problem with his fitness, he's not up to the levels. If the form levels are not there, you can't take chances. That too in a game of that magnitude against a team, against a manager who wants to prove a point to the Manchester United board that he was the right man, but this acted. So it's like a suicidal thing to do that here. You have a Van de Beek sitting on the bench, give him chance. He was bought in with that thought that whenever if Bruno Fernandes or Paul Pogba is not up to the game, he can replace them. But if he's being bought with that thought in mind, then why does he is not starting every game? I think most Premier League games that Pogba started, he should have been benched by him. I didn't feel like he's up to his game. He needs few easier games to get into his form here. I think that's what I feel. If someone is not up to his level, he needs to start. If you take that midfield of three, Matic is the senior person. He should have at least holded that midfield. He should have organized them. He should have pushed them opposition team players here. And then the Van de Beek substitution was like clueless, absolutely clueless. You don't bring in a player of that quality in this particular game. I don't understand why do you introduce him at such a late stage where he can't even make a serious impact yet. It was like clueless substitution. The attack, Manchester United attack, it was like didn't get the service. Manchester United attack didn't get the service from the midfield. I get that, but the level of criticism that Anthony Martial gets over the Greenwood or I'd say Rashford, it's mind-boggling here. I don't understand that English bias media and English bias media and fans over there. They like they don't maintain the same level of criticism that they maintain for Anthony Martial. For entire game, I didn't see Rashford, not at all. What was he doing? I don't understand that. I think he needs serious dropping here. Oli is a manager. After yesterday's match, if I had to give a fair assessment about the manager, then I don't get it here. If we go by that result, I think Ole needs to blame himself. I get that there was this red card that changed the game. I get that he didn't get the transfer targets that he wanted initially. I get everything, but you can't tell me that the players that he has at his disposal, the player that he has at his disposal, can't do that thing. Yeah. It is the same team that got him top 4 last season. So, if you can't win the game, at least make sure that you don't lose the game. Yeah. That's the primary target of any manager. Mourinho, every manager in Premier League knows what is the tactics that Mourinho always uses. He uses a tight defense, a tight midfield, and he always tries to run behind the defense with the ball over the top. What did they do? For almost every goal, they did the same thing. Harry Kane picking up the ball and just floating the ball over the defense so that Son can run at the defense. Yeah, it was so basic, and still he as a manager couldn't do anything. Yeah, he could have tweaked the system where he could have played 3 in the defense. He could have played McTominay and Fred. He could have played Fred and Matic. Could have done so much with the players that he has at his disposal, but yet he couldn't do anything. Even the changes were like so late in the game. It didn't make any sense. Jose Mourinho schooled Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think it's clear that he doesn't understand the thing that there should be a plan B or plan C in any game. If your plan A doesn't work, you need to act quickly and make changes so that you should have upper sleeves a plan B or plan C. You should always keep a plan B or plan C because plan A always doesn't works. This is how football works. You don't get what you want. You don't get what you want every time in football. So you have to think of the second options, always second or third option. As a manager, tactically, I think he lacks that experience where he can change a game with his substitutions. As a manager of Manchester United, if you can't get these players up for a game like this magnitude against a team like Spurs and Mourinho, then you don't deserve to be a manager. It was a lucky start with that penalty, fairly earned, fairly correctly earned actually by Manchester United. But the way they went down after that equalizer, shambolic. You can't go down. You need to show attitude. You need to show the personality on the pitch. And after the equalizer, it started to go this way, total down the hill here. confidence level, one on ones, there was like none to everybody. It was like shambles everywhere. No one wanted to fight, no one wanted to show leadership personality, trying to organize anything. There was like no fucking leaders in that team. After 2 or 3 nil, he should have introduced some substitution so that at least he could have closed the gates. Yeah, he tried to attack. This is not Barcelona. This is not any other team. This is like Spurs, Tottenham Hotspur, and Mourinho. I don't get this. Yeah, and if this continues for like throughout the season, I don't see him staying in the managerial job until Christmas. Yeah, I think if this continues the way it is, if this continues the way it is now, I think he'll be gone. He'll be gone by December. Yeah. So let's see.
That's it for this match reaction video. See you later with another video very soon. Take care.